I've heard that residents feel that this is not important to RIOC, that we are not prioritizing this. That is truly a mistake. And maybe it's a mistake because I have not communicated with the residents to the point of telling them how many times we call our repair company, how many times we ask them if they can expedite the replacement parts, how many times we've asked them what is wrong with the elevators, why aren't they working. Well, there are a number of reasons. The parts are very old. The elevators were, because of the snow and the rain, it has been an awful, awful winter. And because of that, there have been melting of ice. Water has accumulated in the elevator and the elevator parts. That obviously causes many mechanical difficulties. What happened, I believe, a year and a half ago, or sometimes last year, there were problems. We did not get the elevator companies in time. We changed the contracts. We require now 24-hour response. They did respond within 24 hours. They did look at the elevators. They determined that we needed parts. And they determined that we had to pump out the elevator well. Those things are in the process of being done. We're waiting for the parts. Tomorrow they are coming with a part. Now, for one of the elevators, I can't guarantee you that it will be fixed because we have to see if the part is okay, and when the part is okay, whether they pump out the water and everything else will be okay. Don't know that yet. So I'm not promising, I'm just promising you that it is going to be looked at. As for promising you that the elevators would work and there would be no problem, no, I never said that. I did say that within 24 hours we would provide a shuttle bus service, which we have, and we continue. I did not say that it would be fixed. Also, I want to address the fact that there have been statements made that RIOC employees have stated, we don't care, take the bus, you don't have to go to a pediatrician's appointment. I can almost guarantee you, in fact I can guarantee you, that RIOC employees don't speak to residents like that. They do care that we are having problems. Everybody is frustrated. There's no doubt everybody's frustrated. And I understand your frustration. But the fact is to say that RIOC doesn't care, that it's not a priority. Now, yes, we want to provide elevators for babies. Yes, we want to provide transportation to the city, and we are trying our best. The elevator in the city of New York has been down completely for many months. And that is unfortunate. It affects you. It affects all the residents. And I'm sorry for that, but I can't do anything about that. Our elevators have been out maybe 3 weeks in total out of the year. And we try to do it. Last time, it was fixed within the 3 days. Because the part wasn't, I don't remember what the total story is, but we did it as fast as possible. This, we can't do as fast. The weather. First of all, the response time is, instead of being in a couple of hours, it's waited the 24 hours. No breach, they came. So that's a day. They inspected it, they said what was wrong, they're ordering a part, and it's not only here that it's cold. It's not only here that people are torn with different jobs. Everybody has had problems. Pipes have burst. I have employees who are home because the pipes have burst and they're trying to get their plumbing fixed. We have over here Motorgate. Motorgate, the bathroom is not working because the pipes are frozen. We're trying to deal with that. We've had a number of snowstorms. I ask you to bear with it. I take responsibility for maybe not communicating as much and as soon. It's not that I don't care. I spend most of my time on the phone yelling at people, trying to get them to do what they should do. And you know what I realize now? Yelling really doesn't help. It doesn't really hasten anything. And I'm going to truthfully stop it and try to talk reasonably and now to the people that I have been harassing for the problem that you are now really getting upset about. The fact is, we have to work together. The idea of a ramp is not feasible. Engineering-wise, it's not feasible. Also, there's a problem with negotiating with the city. We're negotiating with the city now. We have been told how to do this project, that we should do things simultaneously. You don't know whether we have or we haven't. We've spoken to Councilman Kalos about already, because we don't even have a design yet, about that there will be a bigger footprint and that we will need the cooperation with parks. Because there's a tree there, and you know how the city is with trees. There's all these issues. They're right. We're the same way with trees. We've started that communication already. So before one states that we have not done something, please ask, and we will answer. And we've answered many of the emails, but we have to get the information together so that we give you an accurate report. One doesn't want to give information that, to the best of our knowledge, is correct. So I ask you to bear with us, and we are doing the best that we can, and it may not be enough, but we will try. I'm not the chair.
Thank you. I think that's a good comment, but what is the RFP process? You've tried, I mean, I know you've worked, you've tried to offer an RFP twice.
We cannot shorten the time period. You're asking.
Time period, but you're not getting bids on an RFP, so what's the
That's why we then bifurcated the RFP process and put out a bid for design and a bid for bid. We did a design build in order to try to make it faster. That didn't work. So then we put out a design. The design is out. It's being designed. I don't want to expedite that too much because I want to save elevator. So I don't want to say, can we have our plans by the end of the week so that we can bid it out? Because you don't want them to rush a safety item. It's not an easy job. Okay. So then you wait for the design, and then you have to bid out the other portion of it.
And what can you do, or how can we help you in terms of getting support so that the RFP is responded to? Because I know that's your challenge, right?
We put it, yes, the challenge is, however, we've already reached out. We've already reached out to different people. Hopefully, because we're going to get they were very hesitant to do a design build because they didn't know what really they were designing. This is a very difficult area. There is, because remember, we're going to put 2 ADA elevators in. We're not just we're putting the lift, we're replacing the lift and putting the ADA elevator. We don't know what's underneath the soil. There's many things that we have to look at prior to getting the right design. So we couldn't expedite that. So now we're left with this. We're trying to negotiate, as you say, those various areas that we don't need a design. We've already reached out to the people who build elevators to make sure that they know this is going to come down the pipe.
Yeah.
So.
What about the service level agreements for the maintenance contract that we have until they are replaced?
We have a very good maintenance contract now. We have the 24-hour response time, which we did not have before. We do not have a section in that says you got to get replacement parts in like 2 hours. It won't happen. Those things are so old. We can't tell them to store them. In fact, we don't know what to store because there's so many parts to them.
That's part of for preventive care. It should be wise because we know what happens during the cold months. That it freezes with a good service level agreement saying you have
You can't,
Maybe could have been avoided or could have been detected.
you don't know where the ice is going to melt. You don't know where the sun is going to be. You don't know. I mean, this is, it's not science, truthfully. I mean, I don't know. What happened was there was ice and melted, it's water in. I don't know where the sun is going to hit it, that's going to happen. I don't know what the ice conditions are going to be. This has been an unbelievably cold winter. And then we had thaw days. I mean, that's what started happening. You have thaw days, you have cold days, you have warm days. It's been a mess.
I think it's just important that you, I mean, you hear from Eva and Susie and some of the representatives a lot, but what you don't hear is the constant buzz about you guys. I know you don't want that buzz on the island because you obviously commit your time and your ideas to serve the island residents. Unfortunately, the morale around you amongst young families on the island is continuing to deteriorate. It's every time someone gets off the tram and they see someone struggling with a stroller, they have to do it themselves. It's like, damn,
I understand it. I understand that's why the bus service, but we don't have, the buses are barely used.
Listen, I love the island. I wanted to live here, but that's why we bought, recently a river class. And I do think it's a place for families, but I also think that it's going to become incredibly challenging to make this an attractive place for new businesses and new families that are looking to the island in the recent, upcoming months to fill some of these new buildings that, related to
With all due
when they
respect,
can't get.
with all due respect, Cornell, there's not going to be a problem with attracting. But that's really not the point, and I'm not a marketing person. I'm an operational person, and my feeling is that whether we attract new residents or not attract new residents, we have an obligation to the residents. And that's what I'm trying to address.
If there's anything in terms of advocating on behalf of the plans for the city, I mean,
No, as for the city, with the footprint, I think the council member will help us. I think we can expedite that portion. That's not, I'm just addressing the fact that we are looking at these things. We're not avoiding them. And I want to emphasize that this is a priority. It has been a priority. Whether you write letters or not, we're going to look to this to get it done. Because it is an inconvenience. It is something that we need to provide. And I don't disagree with you, but I do disagree with the statement that we haven't done anything, that we think we have been doing things. I know Cy tries to accommodate everyone. Everyone loves Cy because he really does try to accommodate. He listens to people's problems. The size of, I didn't realize that the size of some of the strollers that can't fit. Cy, is that true?
Yeah, this one doesn't fit, so if there's a wheelchair before me, they want me to carry 90 pounds by the back door that doesn't kneel. So I'm stranded in the island until we get the elevator fixed. Or I have to take a nanny that's or a taxi.
So
this is the lightest one in the market.
This is the only thing that we can do. I mean, we can't at this point provide anything else other than that, and we cannot hire having someone stand there and help people. We can't use our present personnel. It's a big liability issue on both parts because they're not trained to do that. We need moving people.
I also like Judy's idea, to be honest. I mean, she and I don't share the opinion on a lot of different each other's comments, but in terms of pressuring MTA to get the F train and
I have enough with this island. I have no power.
But it solves your problem. It solves my problem, but you think you don't get any action from us?